Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing question 11 of the GCSE paper. Previously I've done question 1 to 10 already. Please check out the other videos for question 1 to 10. Okay, so let's start. Okay, question 11 is this very simple question. Okay, basically we need to express this as a single fraction in the simplest term. Right. So what do we just have to do is to make this to the same denominator. So to do that, right, I need to multiply 5 by 2x, and then I need to multiply 3 by x plus 2. So x plus 2 here, and then 2x. Okay, and then we expand. So when you expand, 5 times 2x is 10x minus 3x. Okay, and then minus 3 times 2 is minus 6. So then 10x minus 3x give us 7x. So 7x minus 6 give us 6x. Okay, and then next question. Next question is a dy dx question. We want to differentiate this equation here. So y equals to 1/3 x cubed minus 9 x to the power 1 plus x. So I took 1/3 out first so that I can focus on x cubed to differentiate it. So I bring the power down, multiply power 3, multiply by 3. I need to minus 1 to the power 3 minus 1. Okay, let's sort it. Minus 9 x to the power 1, so 1 minus 1. Okay, so then we get 9 to the power x 0, and then 3x squared. So 3 times x, 3 minus 1 is x squared. Okay, so x to the power 0 is 1. So 9, this becomes 9. And then this becomes x squared. So we get x squared minus 9. Okay, next question. Find the range of values of x for which c has a negative gradient. So gradient is your dy dx. So negative gradient means lesser than 0. So dy dx, as previously we found, that is x squared minus 9. So x squared minus 9 is smaller than 0. So how do we solve this inequality? Is that we factorize. So you get x minus 3 and x plus 3 is smaller than 0. So if you draw this curve, smaller than 0 is underneath the curve. So it's this portion here. Okay, this portion here. So therefore we have minus 3 to 3. Okay, next question. This is a Venn diagram question. So we're given 65 students in total, and then note at least one of them needs to take geography, history, and religious study. So that means that in this Venn diagram here, there is no empty set. So it should be 0 outside. Okay, so let's fill in the Venn diagrams with the numbers. Okay, so first clue we're given is 15 students study geography, history, and religious study. So with that, we know that geography, history, and religious study is 15. Okay, second clue, 21 studies geography and history. So geography and history is this portion here, right? So 21 studies that. So 21 minus 15 is 6. So I got 6 here. Okay, next one. 16 study geography and religious study. So geography and religious study. So 16. So this part here needs to add up to 16. So since this is 15, 16 minus 15 is 1. So this whole part here adds up to 16. Okay, next. 30 studies geography. Okay, so this whole circle studies geography. So 30, there's 30 of them. Okay, so let's see. So 30 minus 1 minus 6 minus 15 gives us 8. Okay. Next. 18 study only religious study. So 18 only religious. So they don't do anything else but only religious. So it should be in here. So only religious, right? This is okay. They don't do anything else. Then 37 study religious study. So in this whole circle here should adds up to 37. Okay. So we need to so 18. So 37 minus 1 minus 15 minus 18 gives us 3. There's 3 here. Okay, great. So we got this one little blank left to fill it in. So we're given, in total, we have 65 students, right? So this, and this, it all should add up to 65. So I'll just take 65, 65 minus 8 minus 1 minus 6 minus 15, okay, minus 3 minus 18. So this is equals to 14. Okay, right, finally. A student in year 11 who studies both history and religious study is chosen at random. So history, let me take that. History and religion. Okay, so this student who study both is, so 18 of them, right? So what is the probability that this student does not study geography? So out of 18, can you see that 3 doesn't study geography? Because those who study geography are in this orange circle. So 3 of them doesn't study geography, but they study religious study and history. So answer has to be 3 out of 15, not 3 out of 65. Okay, because they only picked from the history and religious study students, okay, which is this green part that I've highlighted. Okay, right, next question, 14. So this is a very easy question. I expect most people to get it correct. Okay, so this question is directly proportional. So T is directly proportional to the cube of R. So cube of R is R cube. Okay, so do not miss out cube. Okay, if it's square of R, is R square, obviously. Okay, so we want to find a formula for T in terms of R. So directly proportional, immediately you should know that the formula should look like this. T equals to KR cubed. Okay, and then since you're given this little clue here, T equals to 21.76 when R is 4, so you can substitute it in to find K, because K is a constant, means that K will never change. K is a number that is in this formula that will never change. Okay, so I put in 21.76 and 4 cubed in. So I'll work it out and I get 0.34. So therefore, the final answer is T equals to 0.34, which is previously I named as K R cubed. Okay, that's the answer. The next question. This one is a relatively easy one as well. But if you were to get A wrong, then obviously your B will be wrong as well. So please double check your workings before you go to part B. Okay, so work out the value of T when R is equals to 6. Okay, so you given that previously we found this equation here. So when R is 6, we just substitute R as 6, so 6 cubed. So 0.34 times 6 cubed give us 73.44. So that's it. Okay, next. This is one of the more difficult question, okay, for this paper, because it's quite tricky. Okay, this question has hemisphere. Okay, so some students might have calculated sphere. So hemisphere is half of it. So half of a sphere. So it's like that. Okay, and then so the question says the total surface area of a hemisphere is equals to the curved surface area. So the curved surface area of the cylinder. So the curved surface area is only this. Okay, there's no top, there's no bottom. I only want to find the surface area, the curved surface area. Okay, then the radius is given RCM of a hemisphere. Okay, RCM. So this is R. Then the radius of the cylinder is twice. So radius of the cylinder is twice. So it's 2R. Okay. And then given that the volume of the hemisphere is to volume of cylinder is equals to 1:m. So we want to find the value of m. Wow, this is quite difficult, but let's slowly dissect it. So from your formula sheet, you should see this, okay, is given in your formula sheet, okay? So please copy, okay? The last thing you want is to copy the wrong formula and then as a result the whole question is wrong, okay? So let's use this first clue given here. Surface area of a hemisphere is equals to the surface area of the cylinder. Okay, so the hemisphere is half, right? So I need to count this round part and this part, right? So I have this, which is this round part, and then this is the circle, pi r square. Okay, so some of you might have forgotten and just done this. Half times 4 pi r square, because you thought, okay, surface area of sphere is 4 pi r square, so hemisphere is half. But you forgot to take into account this pi r square. It's very important to take into account of the pi r square part. Okay. Then the next part is this curved surface area of the cylinder, right? So the curved surface area of the cylinder is essentially this part only. Okay, I don't want the top or the bottom bit. I don't need. So curved surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi RH, but this time the radius of the cylinder is 2r. So therefore, instead of writing r, this has to be 2r. Okay, so with this we can go on to the next step, which is to simplify it. Okay, so how do we simplify it? Half times 4 pi r square plus pi r square. So let's simplify this to 2 pi r square plus pi r square. Then we get 4 pi r h. Okay, then we get this. And finally we get this. And you get this. Yeah. Okay. So what do we do with this? Because what does this have to do with m? You know, we get r equals to 4 over 3h, or this h equals to 3 over 4r. Like, what does this have to do with the volume? So if you look closely at the volume, right, we get pi r square h for the cylinder, and then the sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So if I were to put this in ratio, right, it won't make sense because there's this h there. I want to put everything into r square or h, you know, so that I can find this ratio here. Okay, maybe my first step is to just write out this volume of the hemisphere. So volume of the hemisphere is very easy. Just copy this out times half. So half times 4/3 pi r cubed. So this is my answer for volume sphere. Volume cylinder, okay, is pi r square h. So pi r square h, but this time, remember, instead of pi r square is 2r because your radius is 2r. So pi 2r square h, okay? So we get 4 pi r square from this. And then since h is equals to 3/4r, so I rewrite this h as 3/4r. So I eventually get this. So look, I got rid of the h. Look, I only have r cubed left, right? So when I do volume of hemisphere over volume of cylinder, what I can do is that I can strike this off, right? So it's 2/3 divided by 3, right? I get 2/9. So therefore, if I rewrite this as the ratio, right? So volume of hemisphere is 2, volume of cylinder is 9, right? So it's 1:9/2 because I divide the whole thing by 2. So 1:9/2. So 1:4.5 m. Because here we are given that volume of hemisphere is to volume of cylinder equals 1:m. So we want to make this 1. We want to make it 1. So in order to make it 1, we need to divide by 2. So m is 4.5. Okay, m is not 9 because this is 2. What we want to do is to make this 9/2. Okay, so I hope this clarifies for this question 15. This question is one of the hardest questions, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe.